She seems like a bully. She was such a high-maintenance diva bully brat.
She's completely flirtatious with him.
Blake Lively completely exposes herself.
Ryan Reynolds, the man who built an empire on his charming grin and perfect family image, is watching his entire world collapse around him. The guy who sold us everything from Deadpool to Mint Mobile, with that trademark smirk, is now standing in the ruins of his carefully crafted persona.
He's kind of making a lot of gay jokes and like trying to normalize all of these gay jokes. But Hugh Jackman has been plagued with rumors of homosexuality throughout his entire career.
Hollywood's golden couple, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, have been exposed in what might be the most shocking celebrity scandal of the decade. The perfect husband, the flawless wife, the beautiful family. All of it might have been nothing but a carefully constructed lie. This isn't just another celebrity gossip story. This is about deception on a massive scale, a Hollywood fairy tale that just exploded into a nightmare. And at the center of it all, a movie set, a rejected advance, and a web of lies so complex it's taken down multiple careers.
She wants us to believe this is actionable harassment, what we just witnessed there. You tell me whether that's what that looks like to you.
It all started on the set of It Ends With Us in 23. Blake Lively wasn't just acting in front of the camera, she was apparently putting on quite a performance behind the scenes as well.
She, time and time again, she accuses him of doing something, which then when you hear the full context, is an absolute nothing burger.
According to multiple sources and leaked documents, Blake was aggressively flirtatious with her co-star and director Justin Baldoni. This wasn't your typical professional relationship. Blake was reportedly rewriting scenes specifically to create more intimate moments with Baldoni, moments that weren't in the original script. Witnesses described her behavior as inappropriate and persistent, with Blake going out of her way to extend filming of their scenes together.
And like I told you, that accusation, it can be real in a lot of circumstances. It goes on a lot in Hollywood.
Wasn't in the best place. I told them that I was exhausted, that I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal.
One particularly damning piece of evidence was Blake's comment on Baldoni's workout video where she wrote, "Amazing, now try it pregnant." The context and timing of the comment raised eyebrows across Hollywood. Who makes such a suggestive comment to a married man in such a public way? This wasn't subtle flirtation. This was Blake Lively, married to Ryan Reynolds, openly pursuing her co-star.
A man being fully castrated by a woman who is using toxic feminism to get what she wants, right?
But the story takes an unexpected turn when Justin Baldoni's response to her advances was revealed. Unlike the romantic script Blake seemed to be following, Baldoni wasn't interested in this off-screen romance.
Wasn't in the best place. I told them that I was exhausted, that I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal. And no amount of I'm sorry's will ever undo it. Hurt people hurt people.
Justin Baldoni reportedly shut down Blake's advances with a direct, "I'm not even attracted to you." A simple statement that apparently shattered Blake's ego and set off a chain reaction that would eventually expose the entire Reynolds Lively facade. What happened next defies belief. Instead of accepting the rejection gracefully, Blake allegedly launched a campaign against Baldoni, twisting the narrative completely. She filed harassment claims against him. Yes, the very man who had rejected her advances was now being painted as the aggressor. Blake Lively, who had built her brand on being America's sweetheart, was weaponizing serious accusations to save face.
He's one of those guys, so they are absolute bullies. By all accounts, seems like a great guy. He is acting. By all accounts, he is a total pain in the ass.
This wasn't just a personal vendetta. Blake effectively tried to use the Me Too movement as her personal revenge tool, potentially undermining a social movement that had given voice to countless actual victims. While Blake was crafting her victim narrative, behind-the-scenes footage and witness accounts were telling a very different story. And where was Ryan Reynolds during all of this? Standing firmly by Blake's side, of course. Without questioning the facts, without investigating the truth, Ryan deployed his considerable industry influence against Baldoni. The full weight of Ryan's star power came crashing down, with his agency WME dropping Baldoni almost immediately.
Objected to this behavior, Mr. Baldoni's response was, "I'm not even attracted to you." And that's another allegation, Holmes, is that she started to rewrite scenes that nobody had asked her to rewrite.
By summer 2024, the situation had escalated beyond simple accusations. A voicemail surfaced that supposedly showed Baldoni apologizing to Blake, seemingly confirming her version of events. The timing was suspiciously convenient. Just as questions about Blake's claims were growing louder, this evidence appeared.
And here is part of that leaked audio as of yesterday. Take a listen to Justin Baldoni. Groveling is the only way to describe it to Blake Lively.
I want to start.
But the digital age makes it hard to hide the truth. Tech experts analyzed the voicemail and found it had been manipulated, cut and spliced together from different recordings. The metadata didn't match up, and the authenticity of the recording collapsed under scrutiny. This wasn't evidence, it was fabrication. The revelation that Blake might have manipulated evidence didn't just damage her case, it opened her up to potential fraud charges. And Ryan Reynolds, he was now implicated in what looked increasingly like a conspiracy to destroy another man's career based on false accusations. Ryan wasn't just a supportive husband anymore, he was potentially complicit in a scheme that had serious legal consequences. The man who had built his brand on being genuine and honest was now facing questions about his role in a deeply dishonest campaign. But this was just the beginning of the unraveling. As more details emerged, people began questioning not just Blake's behavior, but the entire Reynolds-Lively marriage itself. By late 2024, an old interview with Blake resurfaced that cast their entire relationship in a new light. In it, Blake hinted that her marriage to Ryan was more of a business arrangement than a love story, a strategic partnership designed to benefit both their careers and public images. Suddenly, the perfect couple whose relationship was the envy of Hollywood appeared to be nothing more than a carefully crafted PR creation. Every Instagram post, every red carpet appearance, every cute story told on talk shows, all potentially just performance art designed to sell a brand rather than reflect reality. Industry insiders began speaking out about how calculated the Reynolds-Lively image had always been. Their perfect family, their perfect home, their perfect love story. All of it packaged and marketed to the public like any other product they endorsed. The fairy tale was unraveling thread by thread. And as the public image crumbled, more uncomfortable questions arose about Ryan Reynolds himself and his very public bromances that had been a central part of his persona for years. Ryan Reynolds' famous bromances, particularly with Hugh Jackman, suddenly came under intense scrutiny. What had once been played for laughs now seemed potentially significant in light of the marriage revelations. Commentator Candace Owens publicly questioned why a 48-year-old father of 4 was so obsessed with publicizing his male friendships. The timing raised eyebrows too. Hugh Jackman had abruptly ended his 27-year marriage in September 2023 with almost no public explanation. Shortly afterward, he began appearing on the set of It Ends With Us, a film he had no official connection to. Why was Wolverine hanging around a romantic drama set? Even more suspicious was the promotional skit Ryan directed for the film, featuring Hugh Jackman confronting Justin Baldoni with the line, "What the hell are you doing messing with my best buddy's wife?" This wasn't subtle. This was Ryan Reynolds using his platform to publicly mock and intimidate Baldoni, while the harassment allegations were still unfolding. Ryan himself had compared his relationship with Hugh to a marriage in a 2025 Men's Journal interview. The constant gay jokes, the obsessive public displays of bromance, the strategic timing, these elements that had once seemed charming now appeared calculated and potentially deceptive. And the plot thickened further when it was revealed that Hugh Jackman would be deposed in the ongoing legal battle, a development that reportedly made Ryan Reynolds extremely nervous. By early 2025, the professional fallout was devastating. Sponsors who had once lined up to associate with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively began terminating contracts. The perfect couple brand that had made them millions was now toxic. No company wanted their products associated with potential fraud, false accusations, and public deception. Legal experts warned that Ryan could face serious liability for his role in potentially suppressing evidence and using his industry influence to damage Baldoni's career. This wasn't just about losing endorsements. This was about potential legal consequences that could affect his freedom and future. Blake's situation was even worse. Beyond the potential fraud charges for manipulated evidence, she was facing a complete collapse of her carefully crafted, classy sweetheart image. The woman who had built her brand on being aspirational and genuine was now seen as manipulative and vindictive. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni, the man they had tried to destroy, was experiencing a career renaissance. Hollywood executives, having seen the receipts and evidence, were lining up to work with him. His integrity in the face of a coordinated attack from two of the industry's biggest stars had earned him respect and opportunity. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively built their empire on a carefully constructed image of perfection. The charming husband, the beautiful wife, the picture-perfect family. They sold us this image for years through movies, interviews, social media, and product endorsements. We bought into their fairy tale completely. But as this scandal has revealed, even the most perfectly crafted lies eventually crumble under the weight of truth. What began as Blake's wounded ego after a rejection spiraled into a scandal that exposed not just her vindictiveness, but the potentially fraudulent nature of their entire public persona. The lesson here isn't just about celebrity culture or the dangers of false accusations. It's about the inevitable collapse of facades. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively thought they were too rich, too famous, too beloved to ever face consequences. They thought their PR team could protect them from anything. They were wrong. The truth doesn't care about your Instagram following or your box office numbers. The truth doesn't negotiate with publicists or bend to influence. The truth simply waits, patiently, inevitably, until the perfect moment to bring even the mightiest facades crumbling down. In Hollywood, image is everything. And when that image is revealed as nothing but smoke and mirrors, there's nowhere left to hide.